The dramatic scene in the Oval Office today, the tense confrontation, President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
Next, another Oval Office meltdown, President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
President Trump is being accused of conducting something of a diplomatic ambush of South Africa's president in the Oval Office.
To be with you, I'm Katie Tur. President Trump orchestrated another Oval Office ambush today.
Today, Donald Trump meeting with the president of South Africa and attempting to ambush and humiliate that leader.
Zelensky territory, where essentially he was a bit ambushed inside the Oval Office.
Felt like an ambush in there, kind of like the President Zelensky meeting.
So you guys saw what I was just playing. I'm going to play it again. Apparently, they think that this whole thing where Trump and the president of South Africa were basically just not even going at it. Trump decided, he was like, I'm going to take a break from being the president. I am going to now be a teacher. He had notes. He had paperwork. He had homework for the president of South Africa. He had a lesson. He brought the television out. I mean, this guy got a full elementary school experience. He got the full elementary school experience from President Trump. That's what he got. That's what he got. And that's what he deserved. And honestly, I'm going to play it again. But to think that this is an ambush, for you to be the president of South Africa, and there are white farmers dying, and you think you're going to go to the White House, and you're going to talk to the president of the United States, and he's not going to bring up the thousands of people who have been killed, and the media is trying to position this like he got ambushed? What? You had to have thought, you have to have such balls to not think, I think he's going to ask me about the white farmers. I don't know. You think he's going to ask about I think he's going to ask about the white farmers. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to ask about it. I feel like this guy, he really knows a lot of stuff. He's on Twitter X. He has his own truth. I think he's going to see a clip. I think he's going to bring this up. I don't know. You have to know that this is going to be talked about. You watched them with Zelensky and how they handled business. You watch J.D. Vance go to Europe and regulate in Europe and say, hey, I heard some of you aren't having elections, and for some reason we're protecting you guys. Maybe we won't do that anymore unless you start displaying some American values. J.D. went to Europe and said, y'all need some American values. And y'all ain't getting money, and it's not going to be the same until you guys start showing some American values. Somebody better learn how to have an election and bake some apple pie, or else I'm not coming next time, and President Trump's going to show up. Okay? Is that what you guys want? Every European leader. Oh, no. JD, I'll be on the plane. I don't like the way they're talking. I'll be on the plane. First thing, I'm on a plane right now. Turn the plane around. Go towards Europe. Bring a jet. No, like a fighter jet. Yeah, bring jets and bring some kind of bomb. Maybe they need to see I'm serious here. Oh, man. But they think it was an ambush. Let me hear some of this.
The dramatic scene in the Oval Office today, the tense confrontation, President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
Next, another Oval Office meltdown, President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
President Trump is being accused of conducting something of a diplomatic ambush of South Africa's president in the Oval Office.
To be with you, I'm Katie Tur. President Trump orchestrated another Oval Office ambush today.
Today, Donald Trump meeting with the president of South Africa and attempting to ambush and humiliate that leader.
Zelensky territory, where essentially he was a bit ambushed inside the Oval Office.
Felt like an ambush in there, kind of like the President Zelensky meeting in the Oval Office.
This was an ambush
It was orchestrated.
Cyril Ramaphosa brought his best diplomatic self to this meeting, but nothing could have prepared him for this multimedia ambush.
He brought his best diplomatic self. The president of South Africa came over. He washed all the blood off of his hands, and all of a sudden,
started as, to some degree, an ambush.
Well, Katie, I mean, it was an ambush.
Ambush.
Ambushed.
Ambush.
An ambush.
Ambushing.
Ambushed inside the Oval Office.
he was
dramatic scene.
ambushed. He was ambushed. No, the thing is, if you want money and you want a relationship with America, America's checking out what you're doing. Obviously. Like, come on. What do you think this is? They want it. What are you up to? Oh, no, we are just just living life and just having fun. Just living life. Well, I heard you're murdering people by the dozens, 100,000s. I heard there's a lot. No. We're just having fun. Sports, cricket. You ever seen cricket? We play cricket. Yeah, it's nice. No, they're going to know what you're doing, man. It's not an ambush. You can't just be doing what South Africa's doing. The best part is when Trump played that guy and he's like, brr, bah, brr. No, there's nothing going on with the farmers. No, nothing. No one is saying anything to do with any harm coming to any farmers. Brr, bah, brr, bah. Oh my God. It was the best. It's not an ambush. You're getting called out. You're getting called out like you need to. Caitlin Collins with her handsome self talking about people getting ambushed. She probably feels like she's getting ambushed. I went to the White House and asked an absolutely absurd question, and President Trump ambushed me. It's like, no, that's not what happened, actually. Oh, man. The left really wants to sweep the South African genocide under the rug for some reason. So for you to be the mainstream media and to have this narrative that they're all pulling about ambushing, it is very odd because I don't want to pull the whole if it was, if the roles were reversed thing, but what on earth makes you go, well, let's shoo this away. Let's shoo this away and let's be on the side of the South African government that isn't doing much to protect some of its citizens. Why? Because I can't just say, because I know a lot of you probably just think, well, it's because it's white people that's under attack right now. But these are all white people who are saying this. Wow, there's like a couple of black anchors that were like, this I think was but most of them are white. It's like, well, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Are you crazy? I don't know, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Clearly not an ambush. Clearly something needed to happen in regards to someone calling it out. If no one calls it out, what's going to happen? Like, imagine what happens if no one calls it out. And then on top of that, going back to the whole ambush thing, hundreds, I think it was like 100. I shouldn't say hundreds. I think it was like 100 South Africans came to America claiming asylum because of what's going on. And it's an ambush. It's literally the thing that just happened. A bunch of their people came over and said, we are under threat. And then the president comes, the South African president. What else is Trump going to want to talk about? I have this thing where I really, really, really don't like immigrants coming into the country. I'm trying to get them out in record numbers. And then all of a sudden, your country brings a bunch in. And I can't turn them away because I see the brr, bah, brr, bah. I know you've seen the video. And now I got to take these people in. And they're nice people, very weird accents. It's fine, but I don't know how they're gonna be. I mean, they're from Africa. They might be like blacks. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. That was a joke. I'm just joking. But of course, maybe it was an ambush. What if it was? This is politics. You should be ready for that kind of thing. How about that? You should be ready for if somebody's going to ambush you. You came to another country. America, no less. You should be ready. You know? Just saying. You think it's sweet? Have you not been paying attention since January 20th? Ain't nothing been sweet around here. Got one president who's only concerned with winning every time. You walk into the dojo where he's at, and what do you think? He's not going to win again? That's all he likes to do. Just saying. Anyway. Yeah, crazy they call it an ambush. Yeah, it makes you wonder what the media's motives are to hide it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Because I'm not even seeing, and maybe I could be wrong, maybe you guys have seen something different. I'm not even seeing, because usually what you see is the Democrats put the marching orders out, and then the media goes along with it. But I haven't seen the Democrats really put out anything in regards to this, except for the fact that they didn't like that a bunch of South Africans immigrated over, and it's like, oh, why is he okay with these people but not with these people? And they try to make it about race. That's the only thing I've seen, but to act like this, it's ridiculous. The French press got ambushed in that boardroom with the contraband on the table. I don't know. Some people were like, that was a tissue paper that Macron had. And I'm like, kind of makes sense. I mean, you got to remember, these guys go to islands to do that kind of stuff. You know? Not saying whose island, you know? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they've been known to frequent islands, you know, and get on planes. I'm not saying whose plane. I'm just saying. So I doubt it was actual contraband, but who knows? Who knows? They could be that wild, but you know, cameras are coming. I don't know. Maybe politicians, maybe they're like rock stars. It's a wild life. You're just up all the time. You're just doing wild stuff, stealing people's money all the time. I don't know. You could be right. You could be 100% right. Guys could be like rock stars. Maybe they had no idea the cameras were coming in. You know, not everybody's on point like Trump is. You know? Anyways, guys, I just wanted to get that out. Moving on. Let's move on from here. And again, you know, if I have to just sum it up, it was not an ambush. Anyway, this kid's going to jail. Actually, he's not going to jail, but he's being tried as an adult for first-degree murder. And honestly, I already said it. I think he has to go to jail. I think he has to get his life right. He has to get his eyes straight, and he has to get his emotions in check and get his sense of reality. Get his sense of reality like better, because his sense of reality is off. His sense of reality right now is GTA 5, where he gets to, if someone says get out of here, or if they even push him a little bit, that he gets to stab him in the heart. 5 stars blink on the screen, and he gets to run off. And then, just like in GTA, he gets paid a bunch of money because his sense of reality is off. He needs to sit down for a while. Honestly, that's what I honestly think. I think he just needs to sit down for a while. You know? Sucks. But you know what? At the same time, do you guys know who Charleston White is? This is exactly what happened to Charleston White. Now, Charleston White he wasn't actually the one that, you know, took someone's life, but he was involved in the taking of someone's life. He was there. He was affiliated. He was associate, whatever you want to call it. He was there. So he went to jail too. And his mom didn't do what this guy's parents are doing and didn't try and sit there and say, give him money. Don't do this. Good boy. She actually said if he did it, he needs to go to jail. And Charleston went to jail for, I think he got sentenced to like 20 years. And he was in jail for a long time. And he got out of jail and he straightened himself up and he started working with youth. And, over time he became the character that everybody knows today. But it bettered him as a person. He needed that to happen. This kid's in the exact same boat. The exact same boat. That's what he needs. That's what he needs. He doesn't need more than $500,000 put into some GoFundMe account. What's going on? And what's going on with GoFundMe? I'm positive I've seen GoFundMe turn off certain campaigns because of what the person did. And these two GoFundMes, or maybe it was Give, Send, Go, I don't know. But I've seen them turn off these accounts for way less than what these people have did. You're accused of murder, and they're like, okay, well, they're just looking at how much money's coming in. They're like, we get a percent of it. It's ridiculous. They should have shut it off. They should have been like, we can't do this. Sorry. We can't do this for you. Same thing with the girl that said the N-word. It's like, no, you turn this off. You just turn it off. It's not you know what I mean? Some things are just too wild that you should be supporting that. That means anybody should be able to do anything on those sites. And from what I understand, that's not how it works. So why did these two people get through? I already told you my tinfoil thought about it all is the fact that they wanted this. They want the divide. They want people to be upset. They always do it before elections. But yeah, he's being tried. First-degree murder. I couldn't imagine him not getting found guilty. He stabbed someone in the heart. He said he did. He admitted it. So he's going to jail, I would think. That's just me. Things seem to work differently when it comes to this little case here. Let's move on. Moving on. I didn't want to cover this. I'm going to jump over to the Rogan stuff quick. Joe Rogan. Let's do this. Oh, what's going on here? Man, Duolingo. My wife wants me to do the Duolingo. I say Duolingo. The next thing you know, I get a scam email from some lady saying, oh, Duolingo, blah, 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 and click a link, and blah, blah, blah. We want to pay you money. You're lying. You're lying. Hey, Sanjay, Mr. Patel, you're lying. I know that's not what you want. You're not trying to give me money. Mr. Patel, come on. Mr. Singh, I know better. I'm not clicking your link. What? How you reaching out to me from Bangladesh like that? You in Karachi, bro? I'm not clicking your link. You couldn't even write the email in proper English. Think you're tricking me? I made myself a success in America. You're not tricking me. Just saying. Anyway. It's not an easy feat. If you know, you know. Let's just do this really quick.